Welcome to the Second Win Boxing Media. I'm your host, Rashid Hammond, and alongside...
It's your boy, Mr. Hit the like button and sub to the page. Caesar Fantastic. What's going on, bro?
Yes, indeed, brother. We wake up early this morning to actually last night going to sleep to some very news that stopped the world for a moment in the boxing world. Gervonta Tank Davis was arrested yesterday and charged with battery and assault,
domestic violence, bodily harm.
Yeah. Wow. Oh man. First and foremost, I want to say the brother's innocent until proven guilty.
It's a fact.
That's the first thing I want to say, and that none of us was there to judge the brother and automatically find him guilty of anything that's not been proven yet. So it's the first thing I want to clarify. And also, it seems really, from what we're getting, a little funny style out here. It sounds a little fishy. I'm getting a little conspiracies out here, man, slightly.
It's a lot of different stories, man, going on. A lot of different assumptions going on out here.
Yeah, man. First and foremost, when I was coming up in the boxing game, and since a young boy, the professionals that fought for the big fights always separated themselves from their wives, girlfriends, children, mothers, fathers, unless their father was a trainer. They always secluded themselves away from their family. Now, it's a new time. I don't see a lot of champions go out into the big bears and like Muhammad Ali used to go all the way into Pennsylvania, train up in there in Pennsylvania. Pernell and Oscar De La Hoya and Evander Holyfield, various other great champions will always seclude themselves for 6 weeks. Now, if you youngins think you can change that philosophy or change that blueprint that was laid in front of you for the past 100, almost 200 years, this is an example why not to abandon that unwritten rule of seclusion, especially when you are a prize fighter. That is the only thing that I fought the great Gervonta Tank Davis for, is not secluding himself from his family. Now, it could be reversed. I don't know. It could be many things that cause him have to bring his family with him. As a fighter, I understand that. I know as a father, I understand that. It could be many things that he had to have an exception for this situation. So I'm not here to chastise the brother. I just want the young youth and the future fighters to always separate yourself from your family for a temporary period of time. That way, there is no distractions between you and giving the fans what they want. And after you give the fans what they want, you can go home and give your family what they want. So,
remember hearing them stories. I'm about to say, I remember hearing them stories about all those fighters, like after the fight, saying, man, I just want to go home to my family, man. I can't wait. I ain't seen my family in 8 weeks. I ain't seen my family in 6 weeks. I just want to go home, spend some time with my family and get away. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree, man. See, I was saying too, man, also, man, as a trainer, and I'm not condemning the trainer because the trainers might have to have exceptions to the rule, especially when You raised a young man for many years. Sometimes you just like your son. Your son might say, "I need this, Dad," or and he probably had to go with that. Sometimes we do have to make them feel uncomfortable to the point where, okay, I gotta listen. You can't. We gotta separate ourselves from the overall society for a brief moment. In these times, especially when you're hungry, when you got to make weight, you fighting people, hitting you, you beating your body down, you're irritable. Things can make you feel a little different than you normally do. I'm not stating that the brother hit the girl. I don't believe so. I hope not. And I know but this guy, you see how he hits. If he hits somebody, it's going to be more than a little abrasion in the lip. Mm. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be more than that. He damn near could break your face, man. So I'm not buying that situation, but I'm only here to tell the truth, nothing but the truth. And my truth is the unwritten rule of separating yourself from the world during training camp. Now, one of the beautiful things about boxing is it's one of these the greatest lessons you ever given, because you are an individual in the ring that has to be able to correct him or her own mistakes. And the only way to do it is you have to go through some things, whether you like it or don't like it. You younger fighters out there can learn from this. Please separate yourself from your family and your friends for 6 weeks. Warriors are created within that time frame. I know technology has gotten so advanced where you don't even have to really leave your gym area in your local place or in the home area where you live near, because they have simulations to mountain low oxygen level machines and things of that nature. But ain't nothing like that feeling being in the woods, being in the mountains. That brings out the bear, the lion, the tigers, and all those cruel animals that you got to be in that ring. Time to separate yourself, young soldiers, man, from that. Don't get caught in those situations. These sisters don't understand sometimes when they don't understand sometimes when it's, man, let me tell you something. As an amateur, stressful. Before that, you get the glove table, put them gloves on, get prepared to go in there. Man could take your life as a professional. Mm. So he putting his life on the line. He don't need the extra stress. I'm not blaming the sister either, because we don't know the situation from both sides. No. But I'm just giving scenarios of ways to prevent such things from happening.
But we know it was an argument, and at this point, going into a fight, it shouldn't even be a cause for an argument. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Should be a peaceful house. Deal with the arguing and all that after the fight's over. You know what I mean?
Exactly, Sean. I totally agree. Like, wow, man, it's like the bag could have got fumbled. Not only is the bag getting fumbled, if you think you're fumbling the bag for him, you're fumbling the bag for her, yourself as well, because it's a family affair at the end of the day. And man, it's the best way to resolve such issues is separate yourself from the issue by letting him be able to go train, do what he got to do. May they heal from whatever situation it is. May they heal from it. May they grow from it. If it requires being away from each other permanently, that's what the requirement. If it requires counseling or joining and uniting and fixing it, that's what is required. We are here to say, first and foremost, we're not taking Gervonta's side and we're not taking her side. Oh. We are neutral because we have moms, we have sisters, we have cousins, female cousins. We have I have a daughter, and we have nieces. He has several nieces. So if someone hit my daughter, niece, I'll be upset. But that's why we're not here to save. So that's why we're not here to say that he's wrong or she's wrong. Only thing I say is during training camp. Boxers train all year long, right? Camp starts for 6 weeks only. Once camp kicks in, that means you got to go into a different zone. No sex, no interaction was the old rule with women. Stay away from them for the 6 weeks.
You locked in.
Locked in, away from any distractions. Got a lot of people depending on you as well, Tank. You have a lot of your friends, man, that I commend you, man. Nobody never done it like this. Nobody never done it like this, man. So at the end of the day, I'm with you. I'm with you in terms of fighting this fight coming up. I'm with you because I do believe in the due process. I believe in the due process of being innocent until proven guilty. We wasn't there, brother. I'm not the judge. I don't want to judge that situation. Only situation I judge is the fact that training camp should be secluded away from all, including moms, everybody. You can't, you get a phone call them once a day, end of the training session, that's cool. But far as being around them, nah, man. It was an old rule, man. Muhammad Ali, all the greats stayed away from their families for 6 weeks. What you got to say, C's?
Man, you done said it all, man. Think one thing I could say is like, I think Tank might need, I guess like other fighters or whatever around him, some fighters with like level heads around him, because I know Coach Calvin tell him the right thing to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Of course.
Like I know he do, but you know how sometimes the wisdom of an older guy might go over your head.
And that happens.
You know what I mean? So maybe he needs some younger, level-headed fighters, like just people who peers around him to be like, nah, bro, this is what we got to do. Maybe he'll lock in on that. You know what I mean? Floyd was a good role model for him. He listened to Floyd because it's Floyd.
Yeah.
He was in the ring. You respect that person who been in the ring and who been through it.
Facts.
So, I mean, maybe that's just something that he might need in his life, you know what I'm saying, going forward. Just somebody who been there, been through it, and could help keep him out of situations like this. You know what I'm saying?
True statement.
Yeah. But other than that, bro, man, I wasn't there. I don't know nothing. You know what I mean? So until everything's ironed out, hope the best for everybody involved. Hope the cars still go through. And yeah.
Yeah, this is the last I think we gonna speak on this, man, because we ain't into that type of stuff, man. This ain't our thing.
No fed, bro.
Yeah, this ain't our thing right here, man. We like to shine on the good things about the fighters, man. That's why I like doing the interviews, because I like to hear the stories of how they came off, and I also like to hear these stories,
like the stories of triumph.
How they overcame and triumph. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I like the triumph. Yeah,
I don't like the we're just not into the bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't into the drama.
Bullshit drama.
I ain't into the bullshit. Yeah,
breaking a black man down type shit. That ain't our thing, man.
Yeah, and see, and that go on far too much.
Exactly.
You see a lot of these fake stories come out, and then soon as the charges get pressed and whatever happens gets canceled or whatever.
Exactly.
Then the story goes away. The women are gone. Nobody hear from them again. You hear from it. You hear too much. So it's like I never judge somebody just because somebody I said something happened. Like, nah, I got to see the whole process through.
Likewise, man. And then if I've been looking at all the different various boxing media podcasts and things of that nature with this story, how they were handling it.
Yes,
a lot of them was just all over it, man. Like, some was fair. Yeah. Shout out to Blue Blood, man. Yeah. He broke down an interesting point, man. He was stating that all the people, when the man went to prison, when he locked, I don't mean to say prison. Prison is big boy joint. When he got locked up last night, everybody was all over him, but nobody mentioned when he came home because the clicks wasn't the same. Yeah, see, people would rather
nobody want to see that.
People would rather chase clicks, a person's downfall for clicks, than somebody's triumph. I mean, somebody's come up. Mm-hmm. You know how many people mentioned it? We didn't know he was out of prison. I mean, we didn't know he was out of jail yesterday. We had no clue of that. But today, nobody mentioned that. That wasn't a big news. But when he went in, it was. Mm-hmm. And it was, and it's sad, man. And the sad part about it, a lot of this be us that do it to each other. Yeah. I'm not going to sit. I've been through not situations but situations of things that happened in the past for me where it was judged wrong. And it wasn't the way it was presented. You understand what I'm saying? So people don't know the situations, man. You're looking at it from outside, don't know the whole entire story behind it. So you assume it. And it don't make it better because he's a boxer. They add that to it and try to already categorize him as a violent man, which most boxers are more self-control than anybody. We practice self-control. Yeah. So, we're not
it's a discipline. It's a discipline, like a martial art. It's a discipline.
Exactly. So I don't see him just hitting his woman or nothing in that case. That just don't even make sense. But like we said, we wasn't there. On her behalf, we wasn't there. On his behalf, we wasn't there. So that's the last of that topic, man. I appreciate y'all, man. We got something in store for 2023. Look forward to it. First thing in 2023 will be the fight at the Capital One Arena.
Capital One Arena. Yeah.
I'm so used to MCI and the damn Verizon Center. It's been every name in the book
forever.
Exactly.
It's been the phone booth forever.
Yes, indeed.
I don't know what we call it with the Capital One Arena. It's just the Capital One Arena now.
Exactly.
We had phone companies forever, so they just called it the phone booth.
Yes, indeed. Got a nice card. We watched the press conference today. Great. I saw Demon Nicholson, Andrea. That's gonna be a good Demetrius Andrea. That's gonna be a good fight. Of course, we going with home team. That's just the way I move. Going where I'm from first.
God support the time.
Yes, indeed. Shout out to Lamont Anthony Peterson. They be back in there. They won't be televised, but it doesn't matter. It'd be great to see them back in the game, back doing their thing. Two of my favorite fighters of this area. Also, we got Patrick Hurst. Remember him since he was a little boy, the nephew of Lamont Anthony Peterson, which is gonna make history just to have their, two brothers and a nephew on the same card, which is an amazing thing. Shout out to Max Godlin. Also, his father used to come up under our crew with the Hillcrest Squad back in the 90s. Who else on that card? Shout out to Jaleel Hackett.
Jaleel on it? Yeah, Jaleel.
Shout out to Jaleel Hackett. Also, shout out to Trayon, who will be with Andrew Council. That young Trayon Martin. Yeah. Boy can fight. Trayvon Martin can fight. Marshall. Great fighter. Also, who else? I want to get all of them as I can. I'm missing somebody. think that's it's about everybody. I think that's about everybody on the undercards all the way to preliminary.
Yeah. You got Sheedy and Boots.
Sheedy and Boots. That's gonna be a great between the two guys they fighting. Get to see that skill live in action. And the main event, Gervonta Tank Davis versus Garcia.
Hector Garcia.
Can't wait to see that as well. As long as he lock in. He had one day to deal with that, lock in tomorrow, get back on the board, get it done.
Yeah, he good.
Yes, indeed.
Right.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that's all our time. To the next time. Hit the like and subscribe button, please. Hit the like and subscribe button as well as the notification bell.
Yeah, rock out with us.
Yes, indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, the Second Wind Boxing Media. Peace.